back up. Sorry about that, everybody. For TikTok, it was totally fine. Nothing happened. So hey, I'm happy about that. Glad to have you TikTok still here. Sorry for the YouTube folks. I accidentally kicked you out. I did not mean to do that. Neo, here, I can drop you a link to the Discord. Here you go. I'll put it in chat right now. You can copy paste that and join us on Discord, my friend. So sorry, I was trying to explain to everybody what's going on. What are we doing today? Something a little new. This is my exercise library that I have created over the years of being an author, just to practice things that I need to work on. So what we're doing today, there are 12 exercises in here. We are rolling D12s to find out which exercise we're going to do. So if we were doing it for real, we'd have rolled a 2 right now. But what we actually rolled recently was... Which one was it? I think it was emotion. It was conjure emotion, I think. Yeah. So we had rolled conjure emotion, a 3. So then we went to the wheel of emotion, and we spun it, and we got the emotion confident. So that created for us the exercise where in 5 minutes, we write a scene wherein the chosen emotion is elicited from the reader, and that emotion was confidence. So we wrote a scene in 5 minutes here on stream that elicits confidence. I'm not sure it's the best, but I will read it to you anyway. And we'll see how it went. I know, Neo, you were writing along with me, so please, if you want, post what you did in Discord so we can see it. Anyway, y'all, here's what I wrote. I'm not particularly proud of it, but it was practice, and we were trying to explore the idea of confidence in the scene. So, let me get a sip of water, and we'll read through it. Morning again, just like all the others. Dew wet grass, a low-hanging mist blowing through at knee height. The air itself was wet in the pre-dawn hour. A dark sky above and a stiffness in my joints. Nothing a bit of stretching wouldn't handle. I fell into the familiar routine, starting with my shoulders, shaking them out, pulling my arms this way and that. It didn't even require thought, almost as if operating on instinct. But that was how it went when you'd done this 1,000 times before. 1,000,000, even. I pondered that a moment, as I bent to begin working on my legs, stretching the tendons and muscles around my knees carefully, but with practiced movements. How many mornings had I been here, doing exactly this? I'd done it more than anything else in my life. That much repetition bred confidence, but it was more than that, wasn't it? Transcended beyond confidence and into routine. Confidence meant you were sure of the outcome. You expected it to go how you wanted. What was it called when you were beyond that? When there wasn't even concern about how things would shake out? Not that slightest bit of tension, or doubt, or even mystery anymore. As if the end had already been foretold and you'd seen it. Time and time again. That was me, here, on this dark morning, before the next game. That's, it's fine. It's an exercise. So, it's not bad on stream, but, just an exercise. I'll take it. But there's our first one, y'all. So, let's do another one now. Well, I guess we can chat for a minute, and then we'll do another one. Physics says I still sound like a bad AI. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Physics. I got a lot of readers out there that would disagree with you. But hey, that's why we're working on it, right? We're here practicing. That's how you get better at things. Alonzo TTV1 says, do you play D&D? I bet you'd have a blast. Alonzo, I have played D&D in the past. I have played it, and I'm going to DM my first session later this year with some friends. So super excited about it. I'm a big D&D fan. I listen to several D&D podcasts. Have a lot of fun with it. Oh, Neo, you posted your writing in the share Discord. Sick. Are you okay if I look at it on stream, or would you rather it be there for us to look at? No pressure either way. Impage, welcome in, my friend. Geo as well. Good morning, guys. Hey, we're doing something a little different today. I am pulling from my exercise library. Neo, you okay? So it's okay if we look at it? Rock on. Hey, Sunset, welcome in. I apologize. I've never put this online before. This is just my personal exercise library, but folks do seem interested, so I'll post it after stream. I'm going to drop it in Discord and maybe give it a webpage link somewhere, so folks can check it out. But hey, here's the Discord link in chat. I will make a little announcement in there once I've posted this, so if anybody wants to use it, by all means. You're more than welcome to. Y'all, what I'm doing today, if you're just joining, first of all, welcome. I am rolling a d12 to see which exercise we're going to do. So if this were for real, we'd have gotten a 5 just now, and we would scroll to exercise 5 in the library. That is, it's a good one. It's world building through dialogue. The purpose is to convey information eloquently through dialogue instead of simply telling the reader. So what you do for this one is you would go to this website here, and it generates a fake historical event. Then you go to, I just need to change this because I roll dice now. Roll a d20. If it's a 6 through 20, you perform the exercise with 2 characters. So you would use 2 characters, and you would have them talk about the historical event that you generated without outright saying it. So they're going to talk as if it's information they both have, but the reader doesn't. The purpose is to tell the reader something without just like looking at the reader and be like, there was a car crash on my way to work this morning. Instead, you have the 2 characters walk into the scene, and they're like, yo, did you see that? Oh, it was a mess, man. How did he like swerve out of his lane like that, right? So we don't actually tell folks that there was a car crash, not in so many words, but you talk around it. It's how you can show, don't tell. But in this exercise, if you roll a 1 through 5, you have to perform it with 3 characters. That's a punishment for the bad roll. It's a lot harder with 3 characters. And then, in 5 minutes, you write a scene using only dialogue, wherein the discussion reveals the randomly generated fact as a natural part of the conversation. So there's an example of one of the exercises in this library. Like I said, we got 12 of them in here. And I'm rolling dice to see which one we're going to do. Hey, thank you for the follow, Sunset. I appreciate that. But on that last sprint, Neo, you worked on one of the exercises and you put it in writing share. So 1, super cool of you. 2, let's, you said it was okay to share it on stream, so we can read through it real quick. Let me just quickly give it a quick look. All right, yeah, looks like no, you're good, Neo. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to vet it for content before I put it on stream. I realized in the moment, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't just read random text that people have provided me before at least giving it a quick look over. But no, it looks good. I will censor any swear words I come across simply to not anger the TikTok gods. But y'all, so Neo also was doing this exercise with me, and Neo, you're very brave to let me just read this on stream. So 1, thank you for that, y'all. Applause for Neo for 1, joining me on this exercise, but 2, for being okay with sharing it on stream. That's, y'all, it's not easy to share your writing like that. So well done, Neo. For reference, Neo, I believe you're doing number 5, yes? Frantic Father, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. As well, thank you, Megan and GeoGrim for the heart me. Marginal Enthusiast for the heart me. Thank you for re-upping the stream team. I appreciate y'all. Steven, I missed it earlier. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the 2 goats. Very kind. Very kind. Never needed. Always appreciated. And Marginal Enthusiast, thank you for the 2 tiny dinies. You're too kind. You guys rock. I appreciate that. Seriously though, applause for Neo for sharing his writing. So Neo, the exercise that they did was world building through dialogue, the one we just covered. Neo generated or I guess I generated and Neo used it, but it's fine, a fake historical event from this website, and then wrote a scene in which 2 characters talk about the event without specifically mentioning it. The purpose is to reveal information without directly stating it. And I'll put it up on my second monitor and we'll read it here. Here's what Neo created for this exercise. Neo, I hope I do it justice. 2 heavy-set men just stepped out of the newly constructed church. The wider of the 2 looked to the other one and began to speak. "Did you hear what happened to Jerry?" he asked with a slight accent that elongated the vowels. I ain't doing the voices, y'all. Sorry, you don't want to hear that. No one wants to hear that. Nah, what happened to Larry? The less heavy man replied with the same accent. "I heard the Inquisitors got him last night," Larry said. "No crap?" "Yeah, they say that he had some anti-church pamphlets in his home," explained Larry. "Jesus, what was he doing with something like that? How did they even catch him?" the other man asked. Ah, you know this new government, Gary sighed. The two of them continued slowly down the long flight of stairs, each step seeming to take the air from their lungs. Ever since we joined the Union after the war, things have been pretty crappy, Gary said. Sorry, again, censoring the language because I don't want to make TikTok angry. Neo, there's no way I can do a Boston accent, man. I lived there, and I would just embarrass everybody. Anyway, keep your voice down. You know they're everywhere and can hear everything, Larry warned in a hushed tone. Yeah, I know, Gary responded, sounding defeated, or at the very least winded. Let me ask you something. How's business been? Gary asked. You know the answer to that. I had to let go of Barry and Harry. Sorry, the names are rhyming. It threw me off. I had to let go of Barry and Harry, Jerry said while wiping the sweat of his brow. Man, maybe we shouldn't have joined this theocratic oligarchy. But I guess it's better than the Nazis, am I right? Gary said. Jerry paused. You're killing me with these names, dude. Was this intentional? Barry, Gary, Jerry. Jerry paused and stared at him. What did you just say? What? Gary replied. Big fancy words over here. You think you're some sort of big shot? Theocratic oligarchy? Who says that? Jerry teased. Okay, so you were playing with yourself a little bit in there. I get it. You were goofing. Thank you for sharing that, Neo. That was fun. Good. I mean, hey, good work. I think even more subtle would be nice, but I mean, hey, we saw what I created, right? It's hard under pressure. I like it, dude. Well done. Thank you for sharing that, Neo. I apologize that I did not do it justice reading it. You were killing me, dude, with the names Barry, Harry, Jerry, Gary, Larry. Sorry, it broke me. Hey, welcome in, Snow. Good morning. Yeah, it's exactly what it's like, Raffy. Gary, Jerry, Larry from Parks and Rec. Snow, how's it going? Happy Wednesday to you. We're mixing it up a bit today on stream, y'all. I'll explain it one more time, but then I took so long getting us all set up with it. Sorry, my YouTube says I'm offline again. Is that the case? Am I just dropping the YouTube stream frequently? No, okay, we're still live. Very, very good. That was weird. It dropped earlier. Yes, everybody, applause to Neo for sharing that. Thank you, Neo. It's truly brave to share writing like that, just live, that you just created. Well done, my friend. Snow, the internet connection has been good. YouTube dropped out earlier today, but I'm not convinced it was YouTube. I think I might have clicked the button to end the YouTube stream by accident. So the internet has been great since last Friday. All right, so y'all, hey, welcome in. First of all, if you don't know who I am, I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing since 2018. These are my book ones. You can find them all on Amazon as ebook, paperback, and audiobooks. The top row is fantasy. The bottom row is lit RPG. If you enjoyed the stream, if you want to support me, I don't have Patreon or donations, anything like that. Just give the books a look. If anything seems interesting, by all means, please pick one up. Let me know what you think. Or if you're potentially interested in one, feel free to ask a question about it. I am more than happy to talk about it. But y'all, welcome in. This is our, I call it a writing stream, and that's what we're doing today, but it's kind of more of a general fantasy creativity stream at this point. On Fridays, we make fantasy maps. So get ready for Friday. That's coming up pretty soon here. That's going to be a fun one. Some days I work on my book on stream, but today we're trying something a little bit new, y'all. I have got here my exercise library of exercises I've come up with to practice my creative writing. There's 12 of them in here. I think they're a lot of fun. What we're doing today is I am rolling a D12 to see which exercise we're going to do. And then we do the exercise. I'm writing it live on stream for you. Here's the last one I just wrote. It's fine. I don't love it, but we wrote it live on stream, and it was good practice, right? That's why you practice. Frantic, thank you for asking. The library is not available online yet, but that's only because this is the first time I've ever done this. So it's just never been shared before. I'll put it online after the stream. I'm going to say, folks, check out the Discord here. I'll drop it in chat. Feel free to join in there if you want. After stream, I will work on getting the exercise library online, so y'all can use it as an asset for the future. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress, and it helps me with my writing. So hopefully it can help you. So yeah, I spent a long time kind of explaining the setup. Impage, you said, did I add or subtract to get it to use a D12? Oh, there's just a D12 dice option down here. behind my head, right there. On the exercise library, I originally had 13 exercises. I took one out because it's a little bit shaky. It needs to be reworked, in my opinion. Sorry, chat. Y'all asked some stuff and I missed it. First off, the 2 snows are here. That's very funny. Y'all messed with me because like I had one day where snow with the purple icon, the original snow, at least in terms of joining the stream, was super active, and then the next day the other snow was here, and for a minute I was confused on who was who, and I thought I was talking to the snow from the day prior. Y'all in here playing pranks on me. Snow, sorry, you're snow squared, I think is what we settled on, right? No, I'm glad y'all are here. Welcome in. Seth, you said, do I have a gaming PC or a regular desktop? This is, I mean, I guess you could call it a gaming PC. I did build it for that purpose. Yeah, it is a gaming PC. I just revamped it last year, so it's still pretty powerful. I had been on a 1080 GPU for many years, and we were due for an upgrade, so we upgraded most parts of it. Anyway, snow 2, snow harder. Out of context, that makes no sense, but following the chat, I love it, y'all. That's hilarious. The specs on the PC, I don't remember off the top of my head. I can tell you that I've got Noctua fans all throughout it, so it's nice and silent. I got a 4070 graphics card right now. I do not remember what the motherboard is. It's all very recent and new, though. It's a powerhouse. I've not run into anything it has any trouble with yet. But I intend to ride it for the next 5 to 6, 7, 8 years here. So it should be fun. It's a very good PC for what I need it for. Snow, you said, I'm sorry I missed Fantasy Map Friday. You're good, Snow. Hey, I always upload everything to... Oh, you know what, Snow? Last Friday we had internet problems. So there wasn't a Fantasy Map Friday because the stream kept dying. So we did it on Monday, actually. And as always, if you go to youtube.com/@author_Alex_Knight, you'll be able to see the VOD there from Monday. You can rewatch the Fantasy Map stream. Oh, those are good specs, Seth. It's a very nice PC you got there. Just got to get those quiet fans, though. You can't be sitting there listening to fan noise all day. So, y'all, how's about another exercise? You want to do another one? Let's get a re-roll going here. Fresh roll. Hey, Geo, 3060, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a solid graphics card. All right, so we got our 12 exercises. What are we going to get? We going to roll something good here? Let's see. Oh, I love those sounds. 8. That's deep into the library. The real fun ones are generally towards the bottom, so let's see what we got. Exercise 8, descriptive descriptions. Okay, not as fun. So the purpose of this one is to practice describing objects, scenes, landscapes, etc., detailed and with ease. We are going to go to a random image site, this one right here. We're going to get a random image, and then in 5 minutes, we're going to write a few lines describing the image. Personally, this isn't my favorite exercise. There's some more fun ones in here, but there is value in describing things. So, let's practice our description. Okay, that's the image it loaded with. I'm not going with that one, y'all. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes describing a zebra head. I'm pulling the veto. Honestly, you're supposed to come here and generate one anyway, so. Okay, we can work with this. Let's make it bigger. We can work with this image. Poison, you want the zebra? Hey, Poison, you are more than welcome to describe the zebra if that's what you want to do for this exercise, by all means. All right, we can work with this image. So what we're going to do, typically, let me see, can I still do this? I used to paste the image in. Boom, there we go, right into the Word doc so I could look at it while I was writing. So the exercise we are doing today, y'all, thanks to the dice and our image generator, in 5 minutes we're going to write a few lines describing the image. That's fine. It's not like the best exercise, but we'll see if we can do something creative with it, huh? So let's post that prompt right there. Make it nice and big so we can see it. We on bold or not? Unclear. We are on bold. All right, so y'all, if you want to write along with me for this exercise, by all means, you are welcome to. If you'd like to do your own exercise, since the library is not available online, I can re-roll one for you if you'd like. This is the one I'm going to be doing. But if anybody is working along with me and wants to try the exercise, then I can roll one for you. Otherwise, I'll do this one. Y'all let me know. Oh no, Poison! I'm not re-rolling it for myself. I'll re-roll. I'll roll it for anybody else since you can't access the library just yet. But if no one interested, I'll just do this one. All right, no one's saying it in chat, so we're gonna roll with this. In 5 minutes, write a few lines describing the image. This is a pretty simple one, but I think the challenge here is in describing the image in an interesting way. It's not just pure description. You can take it into a way that your description of it says something, right? So let's start that timer, and I will do my writing. Oh, I see, Poison. You were saying chat has to suffer with me on the weaker exercise. Fair enough, fair enough. All right, so let me get a good look at this image before I start describing it. Oh, that's the wrong keystroke. There we go. We got an Asmongold reference, y'all. Put the counter up. The counter. Uh-oh, does that roll us over to 30? I think it does. A 30 on the Asmongold counter. Woo! Everybody celebrate. Welcome in, Flexing. Yes, I do get the Asmongold comments quite a lot. In fact, 30 times so far. Always funny. One day I'm going to show up with a wig on, y'all. You know what's going to happen. All right. Got to finish this exercise. Two minutes left. Not my best exercise, but I think it works here. "30 seconds left, so let's just go ahead and fire off some descriptions. I do not know how to spell knickknacks. I hope that's right. I don't think it is. All right, time is up, so let me just round out my last thought that I had in this. Boom. Okay. There we go, folks. Another exercise down. Knickknacks. Okay. Double K on that. Maybe that's how we spell it. Hey, if you were writing along with me, Geo, sounds like you might have been. Hey, well done. Again, this isn't my most fascinating exercise, but I think it went pretty well. I think we pulled it around to something good. So I'll read it here in a moment. Geo, were you writing with me there? Oh, Geo, my word count's actually not accurate because I have another exercise here of 250 words. So I only did 256 again. 565 characters. Hey, you're good, man. That's all good. It's about the practice, right? Gilded Goblin, you said today and tomorrow are crunch time for work. It's pretty rough. I'm sorry to hear that, Goblin. I hope you get through it as easy as can be and get to rest on the other side. Kind of joining you here. I've got some travel this weekend I'm very not looking forward to. Going to be a messy travel, long flight, annoying transport from the airport to just like kind of figure out where I'm going, and then a flight back right on Sunday. So it's going to be a busy weekend as well. We can dread it together and hopefully get through it together, Goblin. All right, y'all. So, as a recap, this exercise was in 5 minutes, write a few lines describing this image. This image was given to us randomly, and as you'll see in the exercise, I honed in on the like tropical kind of adventure-y vibe of this room, and that was where I took the scene. So I will read you what I wrote. It's again, this is raw stuff. I literally just wrote it in 5 minutes for the exercise. It's not something I would publish. I would edit it and whatnot. But I think there's a gem in here. You know, it's a raw gem that you could cut down and shape and polish and turn into something publishable. So here we go. In 5 minutes, write a few lines describing the image. I'm going to leave the image up, and I'll read it off my main monitor, so y'all can look at the image as I describe it. So. I guess I just kind of picked a character's voice and went with it in this, but here we go. A living space can say a lot about you, yeah? Oh, right as I started, TikTok decided that I was inactive, so let me complete its little puzzle piece. I'm not inactive. There we go. Thank you, TikTok, for not killing my stream for inactivity. Appreciate that. Okay, here is the exercise. Fresh out of the fingertips, here we go. A living space can say a lot about you, yeah? The decor you choose is, in some ways, the first introduction a guest has. I feel folks often overlook the value in decor, in crafting not just a functional space, but a space that conveys a mood. In putting together this room, I'd had a very clear goal in mind: adventure. The table was the centerpiece, small but mighty in the image it conveyed. Everything else in the room had followed its lead. Bamboo legs around a simple raw wood frame, a glass top to emphasize the wood, the plant set atop it, and the floorboards below it. It was a clever trick of decorating to bring the floor into one's mind without realizing it. The floorboards were stained in a tripping over myself. The floorboards were stained in the fashion of tropical woods, a further way to convey the adventure tone I desired. Following their lines led one's gaze to the rest of the room. The sitting chairs, positioned across from the couch, and built of a similar wood to the table. A squat table in the corner, matching in color and material, of course. A woven basket filled with interesting to look at, but difficult to identify things. Knickknacks, perhaps. The only part that wasn't wood was the stone fireplace. A necessity, unfortunately, of the realities of the weather here. In fact, the reason I'd gone this direction at all. The long, cold, and dark winters without inspired me all the more to craft this space within, warm, bright, and full of, at least I hoped, adventure. And there we go. There's our exercise. 256-ish words written off the cuff to describe this image. Is it a good description of it? You let me know. I just kind of went where the creativity took me. Sleepy says I should be a writer or something. I should look into that, huh? Maybe I should write some books. You also said you're pretty good at descriptions. In the Far Wild, there's an entire page dedicated for a uniform. Hey, I love that one, Sleepy. I do love that description. It was very fun to write Senecio describing his own uniform. Maybe we go read that. I could use a refresh on it. Poison Apple Tea, you said lovely approach out. Very Alex. Perfect for you saying everything's been told before, but not by you. Well, thank you. Thank you, Poison. I like that. I think I like that thought. It kind of demonstrates the concept, right? That's actually really good, Poison, now that you've said that. I'm kind of fixated on it. As I always say, originality is not the most important thing in the world, because every story has already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. And if you want an example of it, look, we have this image here. Anybody can describe this image. It doesn't, it's not going to be that original describing the image, right? But your voice as you describe it, what you choose to fixate on, what you think about, where it leads you as you describe this image, that's what's going to make it unique. That's a perfect example of what I'm always saying. Every story's already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. I think you could have everybody in this chat describe this image, and we'd all come up with something completely different as long as we trusted our voice and just went where it led. Geo, you said, I didn't really describe the environment in the picture. I kind of just did a couple sentences and made a situation or something. I don't know. Hey, Geo, that's fine. Again, these are to spark creativity and practice, specific elements of writing. But no, whatever direction you took it is fine. There's no wrong answers here. It's just about practice. Geo, you're very brave, my friend. You said you posted it in Discord if I want to read it. Hey, if you're okay with it, I'm more than happy to. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. How do I see this? I guess I can download it. And that way I can read it a bit more easy. There we go. Geo, thank you very much for sharing, my friend, and thank you for joining. Here we go. Let's read it, y'all. This is Geo's exercise for describing the same image. Oh, okay, and we got another one just popped into Discord. I like you. I like that. I'm just reading through them, make sure. I trust y'all, but I just got to make sure I don't sit here and read something on stream that TikTok would get mad at me about. Okay, that's for the zebra. Gotcha. All right, y'all. Hey, thank you for sharing how you've done your exercise. This is Geo's entry in this 5-minute writing sprint. And here, let me pull up the image again. This was the image Geo was describing. She sat anxiously, her eyes darting around the room. Her fingers curled and entwined into her hands as she rested on the plush couch. Despite the situation, the room felt cozy. The center table held a few knickknacks that made the place feel lived in, and the sun peered through the window, just barely warming her hands. The calmness of the room felt oppressive, as if she could shatter the stillness with a single whisper. It was annoying. She tilted her head to the side, looking expectantly at the door, waiting and wondering when this moment would pass. Very good, Gio. I like it. Look, see you see y'all. That's so fascinating to me. I love these different approaches because Gio focused on the character, right, the person right here, and what she's doing, looking at the door and thought about what emotions she's feeling. It was very good, Gio. I love it, dude. Rock on. You focused on that, and I focused on the decor itself. It's so interesting how we took that in different directions, right? Y'all, this is cool. This is really cool. I've been saying I wanted to mix it up on Wednesdays. I think this might be something we're gonna have to do more often because this is super cool. I'm feeling the creativity from this. I'm inspired, y'all. I'm fired up. This is super cool. Thank you for sharing, Gio, and funny enough, Neo shared from the first prompt. So thank you for that. And there's one more for this prompt that was shared. I'm in streamer mode, so I can't see your name. Y'all, who? Let me know in chat who it was that shared this other one that I'm about to read. Was it Gilded Goblin? Who was it? Because your Discord name's different, so I want to shout you out before I read it. Isn't it Cassidy? Okay, Impage, it was you. Rock on. No, Cassidy, it's so cool to see folks sharing this. Like, I don't know. We're creating together on stream, y'all. That's the focus. I love it. All right, so this is, if you remember, the first image that came up for the exercise was just a close-up of a zebra. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. But Impage used the zebra. So here's what Impage wrote from that description of the zebra. Before you sits a massive form of alternating contrast. The head of a beast built to blend in with the tall grasses of its environment. A landscape of black and white rippling along the face of this equine creature. A blunt mass of darkness rests at the end of its face, its muzzle an aspect of shade used to graze and perceive. Up above, a point of pure shadow, a glossy pearl fitted within a socket, barely noticed when used to spot its own predator. Very good, Impage. Thank you for that. That's super. Hey, look, you did a good job describing the zebra. I like. It was reflective almost. It was a literal description, but it pulled back and was a little more exploratory. That's super cool, man. Rock on. Thank you, Gio and Impage. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for participating, y'all. That's awesome. I hope these exercises can help in some small way. Sloyd, you said I wish I could share too. I haven't been able to write, but the mental exercises are going. Hey, that counts too. That counts too. This isn't math. We don't have to we don't have to show our work. If you're thinking about it, it's getting your brain working. That's part of it. You know, turning the gears of writing. I dig it. Y'all, this is fun. Are you having a good time? I'm digging this. I'm digging this format with our different exercises. I kind of want to do one more, but we need to let it cool for a minute. So I'll explain what's going on, y'all. If you're just joining, please first of all welcome in. Glad to have you here. Welcome to our cozy corner of the internet. This is where we write books or create fantasy maps or practice our writing skills. Oh, Isabel, welcome back on YouTube. Isabel, I am so sorry. I did something to break the YouTube stream earlier. Totally on me. I have no idea what I did, but I fully blew up the YouTube stream, so sorry, YouTube. I got it back. I'm sorry about that. I saw your message being like, what happened? And I didn't know what happened. I happened. That was the problem. Okay, so, Isabel, I don't think you got the explanation earlier, and we got some new folks hanging out, so let's go through it real quick, y'all. We're trying something a little new today. That's not right. What scene are we on? This one. That's the correct scene. No, that's not it either. Hold. Where was it? Where did I do it? There it is. I didn't name the scene. That was my downfall. So what we're doing is I have an exercise library. And there are 12 creative writing exercises that I have created over the years to help myself practice aspects of writing. They have names such as descriptive descriptions, or emphasis, dialogue dash, transition, veiled language, perfecting prose, do the funny, etc., etc. 12 exercises that I find help me practice aspects of writing. What we're doing is we are rolling dice to see what exercise we're going to do. If we were doing the roll for real here, we'd have just rolled an 11. And that would send us down to exercise 11, which is transition. The purpose is to create seamless or intentionally not seamless transitions between scenes. For this exercise, you would spin the wheel of emotion 1 to 3 times. Let's go to the wheel of emotion. My favorite thing is I love rolling dice, but spinning the wheel's fun too. Content. Okay, so that's our first one. So we're going to remember that content would be that emotion. Second emotion. What do we got? Hopeful or happy? Happy. It just tipped over into happy. So content and happy. What you're going to do is in 5 minutes you write 150 words, thereabouts, the word count's not too important, of 2 characters in motion from one setting to another. In the first transition from one setting to another, you need to describe one of the characters as content. And then in the transition to the next scene, you'll describe them as happy. Unfortunately, those emotions are a little bit similar. That happens sometimes. The exercise is still valuable. So yeah, there's an example of one of the exercises. In a moment here, we'll roll for one for real and actually do it. There's some good ones that I'd really like to get, like veiled language. I love this, where you practice saying things to the reader without actually saying them. You talk around it, but allow the information to be conveyed. There's, of course, do the funny, my favorite one, but it's very hard. Y'all, I haven't rolled this on stream yet. It's going to be challenging when we get it. The purpose is to make light of any situation. You generate a scenario at this website. Let me just click situation. Someone takes the law into their own hands. Oh my God, how do I make that funny, y'all? Okay, so that would be the scenario, right? And then in 5 minutes, you would write a scene focused on that scenario, but do your utmost to make it as funny as possible. Make light of it, crack jokes, find a way to make it silly. Just a good way to practice comedy writing. That's my personal favorite, but it is also the hardest in here, y'all. It is hard to be funny in text, but you know what? You get better when you practice, and that's what this is here for. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I kind of like it. I hope y'all are having a good time, because I'm digging it. And look, I get to practice my writing, and if y'all write along with me, you get to practice as well. I think it works out pretty well. Cassidy, how to make it funny. His voice cracks as he's doing vigilantism. Stop! In the name of the law. I love it. I love it, Cassidy. See, that's a good example, right? But then considering that, in a scene, how do you acting it out? Acting out, as other name says, early puberty Batman. Acting that out is one thing, 'cause that makes it funny, but how do you write it? There's the challenge, right? How do you put that into written form to make it entertaining? Therein lies the challenge. All right, but hey, look, other name, pre-puberty Batman is basically just Robin. I guess so. It's a good interpretation. Oh yeah, this is a fun one. I'm digging this. Let's go ahead. I'll give a quick pitch. If you don't know, if you're not a regular here, we'll give a quick pitch, and then we'll do one more exercise for stream today. So y'all, if you don't know, I am author Alex Knight. I've been writing since 2018 full-time as an author. I typically write fantasy. These are my book ones here. Top row is fantasy. Bottom row is lit RPG. If you're interested in any of them, please ask, and I'm happy to talk about them. Or you can go to almost said YouTube. You can go to Amazon.com and find the books there by putting the titles in. They're available as ebook, paperback, audiobook. If any of them look interesting to you, please go give them a look. See if it might be something you would enjoy reading. We stream here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And we're always doing something fantasy-focused, creative writing-focused on stream. On Fridays, we make maps. On stream, fantasy map Fridays, tons of fun. We'll be doing that Friday, same time, 7 to 9 a.m. Central. But today we are doing our exercises, just kind of creating some stuff and seeing what comes out of it, And folks, if you want the party to continue when stream's over, I just put the chat in chat. I just put the link for our Discord. We got a good community going there. Folks hanging out, practicing writing, sharing art. It's a great time. Please feel free to hop in if you'd like. Cassidy, you said you got to get going. Your girlfriend's just waking up. Have a good day. Well, thank you, Cassidy. I hope you have a good day as well. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you for dropping by. Poison, looks like you took a shot at the voice cracking vigilantism. He said the sound of cuffs erupted into the air as they clasped, only to be outshined by the pre-pubescent delivery of Miranda rights. I dig it. I dig it. That's fun. That's succinct, you could say. I like it. Way to make that fit into almost one TikTok comment. That is challenging. Isabel over on YouTube, you said you're looking up the deadliest animals in Australia for your book. Oh, that's fun. A little bit terrifying. You said the gimpy. It's a plant, not an animal. It's terrifying. Is that the wish you were dead plant, Isabel? I've heard about that before. I'm gonna look it up. The stinging tree. Yes. Okay. Y'all, that is a terrifying thing. It's a tree that has fine fibers on it. And if you get hit with those fibers, if they stick into you, they constantly cause like a really deep nerve pain that takes days and days to go away. They call it the wish you were dead plant because you'd wish you were dead rather than getting stung by it. Horrible thing to experience. Australia is terrifying sometimes. All right, y'all. Well, how about one last exercise? Snow, you said if one more student comes into my bathroom coughing their head off, I'm going to crash out. Snow, where are you that is happening? That is an interesting scenario. All right, y'all, let's do one more exercise. The die is spinning in place, asking to be rolled. We have to roll it. You work in a girls' dormitory, Snow. Okay, interesting. So the bathroom must be nearby, and you're hearing them in there hacking up a lung. Poison. I like how you said it. Snow has his own bathroom, and it's being intruded upon? No, I like that interpretation, Poison. We're going to stick with that one. Y'all, I saw another Snow just joined. Is this a different Snow, or do we have a third Snow in the chat? That's going to be too many Snows. Y'all going to have to decide among yourselves who gets to keep the name Snow, because I can't keep up with 3 Snows at once. That's a whole snowstorm. I'm getting a snow day. Oh, you accidentally scrolled. Gotcha. Hey, not Chase Garrett. Welcome in. Thank you for the heart me, and thank you for the club cheers, team cheers. Very kind of you. Welcome in. Yeah, Gio, you did give them swords earlier. I saw that happening in the background. I was blabbing about something or other, but that was funny. Gio in here handing out swords, causing chaos. Love the fencing emotes. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's do one more exercise. That die wants to be rolled. Hopefully we get an easy one to end out the stream, or at least a fascinating one, huh? Whew. Not Chase Garrett. I think you just popped in. I don't know if you were here as we explained what we're doing, but I have this library of writing exercises. Wow. The contrast going from this calm, dark background to boom, blinding white light. That hurts. That's a sear in my retinas here. Okay, Chase, we have a library of exercises that I've created over the years that help me practice writing different things. What we're going to do here is we are going to roll this D12, and it's going to tell us what exercise we're doing for the next 5 minutes. So, y'all, cross your fingers for something good. See what we get. Other name, you're pulling for Do the Funny. I am too, man. That's a good one. It's a good one. It's hard, though. It's hard, y'all. It's hard to be funny. But here we go. Fingers crossed. 7. Okay, I don't know what 7 is off the top. Anybody remember what 7 is? Guess we could just scroll to it and see. 7 is perfecting prose. The purpose of this is to practice writing seamless prose to guide scenes. So we're going to generate a random fake historical event. Impage number 7 is the 7th one. Look, I say it's hard to be funny, but Impage has got the hang of it right there. In 5 minutes, write a paragraph of prose that details the event or a moment from that event. All right, so we're working on prose to finish up the stream today. Y'all, let's go to the historical event generator. and we're going to generate a historical event. The way this generator works, from what I can see, is it just has a database of prompts that someone typed in. It's not the biggest database. You'll see repeats. And when you click "Let's go" right there, it will just take all of those prompts and just kind of mash them together and pull out some sort of random fake historical event. Impage prose is basically just general writing. You can just Google it right here. Prose is language that follows the natural flow or rhythm of speech, ordinary grammatical structures, or in writing, typical conventions and formatting. That's a very plain way to describe it. From a writer's aspect, I would describe prose as the text, the body of writing in a story that is not dialogue or description. It can't really be called anything else. It's the general meat of writing, essentially. If we look at my past practices, like, you could describe this as internal monologuing or internal thoughts, but you could also just call it prose. The simple explanation is prose is basically the writing that gets you through the story. It's just general writing in a fiction context. Poison, you said, what are our regulations for a paragraph? We do in grade school 5 sentences? They can be whatever you want, Poison. I tend to think of a paragraph as just 4 sentences or more, separated with a paragraph break at the beginning and the end. Just whatever you want it to be. I'm not really too concerned with it for the purpose of writing. Paragraphs are whatever they need to be for the story, really. But y'all, we rolled exercise 7. I almost said episode 7. Perfecting prose. So we are going to generate a fake historical event, and then we're going to do 5 minutes writing a paragraph of prose describing it or talking about it. So let's get our event. All right, time setting, 19th century. There is a scandal involving a politician, and there is another scandal involving a pop culture icon. Rural people never recover from this. Yo, what? That is an insane. That's an insane event. I don't think I'm going to do all 3. ZW Ross, thank you for following, my friend. Thanks for being here. We're doing some writing practice today, and this is our exercise. So I'm going to grab this prompt that it generated, and we're going to cut it down a little bit because it's a little too 3 things is a bit much. Let's stick with just 2 things happening. So we're going to stick with the 19th century time period. There's a scandal involving a politician, and there's a scandal involving a pop culture icon. I'm going to just go with okay, so I guess, yeah, other name, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's JFK and Marilyn Monroe, right? That's exactly what this prompt is hinting at. But how do rural people never recover from this? That's really interesting. I guess if we're sticking with all 3 aspects, the rural people are very big fans of JFK and or Monroe. Interesting. So in 5 minutes, we're going to write a paragraph of prose that details the event or moment from the event. He went to the moon to impress her and killed the economy. The things we do for love. All right. So there we go. The prompt has been built. Y'all, you are welcome to write along with me if you'd like to take a shot at this. Let's get our timer going. There it is, 5 minutes on the clock. For this writing exercise, in 5 minutes, write a paragraph of prose that details the event or a moment from the event. I'll have to think about which of those that I want to do. All right. Y'all, if you want to join me on this, please come on in. Yeah, it's a head scratcher, right, Gio? It's a tough one. You don't have to stick to it literally. If it's a weird one, we are randomly generating things from databases of prompts. So like sometimes they're a bit wacky, but just take your best shot at it. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to start this timer. I'm going to think for a minute, and then we're going to write about it. So timer's ticking, y'all. If you want to join me on this prompt, feel free. But I'm going to do it now. So let's think about this. I don't even know what the scandal's going to be, so I'm just going to start writing and see if we can get there, huh? Let's just stream of consciousness it. We're gonna let it flow. Trying to think what word to use here. I was going to say intimate, but I was like, I don't want to go intimate. And then I was like, gruesome. I don't want to go gruesome either. Some new, let's say newly uncovered detail. We're going to put the scandal with capital letters here to make it a thing, you know? But how? But how? This is such a head scratcher. This is a tough prompt. I don't want to just go with the JFK Marilyn Monroe thing, right? Like, that's clearly what it's hinting at, but I want to do something original. I got something here. Need a pop culture icon here, folks. I don't know. It's easy to do singer or whatnot, but I don't know. Like, what's like a pop culture icon we want for the 19th century, like 50s? I don't know. We'll just go with singer. That's kind of boring, but we're running out of time, and I want to keep it within the time limit to some degree. Elvis, yeah. There you go, singer. Okay, hey, we got something there. It's not the best, but that was a difficult prompt, and I'm pretty happy with powering through that. If you were writing with me, if you were trying this, man, we ended on a boss fight here today, didn't we, folks? In 5 minutes, write a paragraph of prose that details a scandal involving a politician and a pop culture icon that rural people will never recover from. Boy, that is the generation database was mean to us on this one, but I think we got there. Y'all, if you wrote one and you wanted to share it, please do so in the Discord channel if you want me to read it on stream. No worries if not. I don't have to do that. But we'll go ahead and read what I wrote here. Poison, yeah, feel free to finish up. No worries. I always take a bit longer. But y'all, I will read you mine. It's not the greatest thing in the world, obviously, but hey, that's what we're doing here. We're practicing. You practice as best you can, and it makes you better. So let's see what I wrote here. I mean, you saw me write it in real time, but now I'll read it. So here we go. In 5 minutes, write a paragraph of prose that details the event or a moment from the event. And the event is, there's a scandal involving a politician and there is a scandal involving a pop culture icon. Rural people never recover from this. So here's what we wrote. The papers wouldn't let it rest. Every morning another story, another all-caps shouted headline in bold, brash letters, revealing some newly uncovered detail from the scandal. Folks in the city weren't too bothered, honestly, and soon the scandal fell from their news cycle, but the rural communities, that was where the story just refused to die. For us out in Putnam, it was the hottest story to come screaming across the county line in a decade, maybe more, and we were never going to recover from it. There wasn't much to put Putnam County on the map, other from the fact that some maps marked counties. Putnam had only been relevant because it existed. It occupied physical space. That and had given rise to the most popular singer the country had ever seen. But even she didn't have enough power to drag Putnam into relevance. In fact, it'd been the opposite. She'd fled Putnam, escaped its drowning, unexceptional pool, in order to claw her way into relevance. The scandal had changed all of that. And now, Putnam County, for the first time ever, was on the map for a new reason. Alright, hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. I don't think I hit all the aspects of the prompt there. I didn't get the politician involved, and I didn't specify what the scandal was or why folks won't recover from it. Ideally, I would have liked to have gotten into that, but for writing on stream quickly, hey, we'll take it. Whew! Poison, how did it go? Raffy, I described Putnam, Connecticut to a T. I mean, hey, I picked Putnam because, like, God, there's so many Putnam counties in America, and it feels like they're always rural, and I just needed a rural location. But I do like how, we kind of got a kind of story going there. We didn't delve into what the scandal was, or who the politician involved was, or who the singer was, but we started the threads of a story, right? We started to build this place that is not very interesting to be from. In fact, you need to escape it to even have relevance. I think it's an interesting setting. Perhaps that's not the objective of the exercise, but that's what we created. So you never know how these are going to go. You want to stick as close as you can to the exercise, but who knows what comes out of it. That's kind of the joy of writing sometimes. You don't know what you're going to create. Y'all, we got a couple posts about it in Discord. Sick. Well, let's see. Gio, you posted your attempt. Poison, you need a disclaimer. You chose random words and haven't actually read it. I just kept typing, so it could be terrible and make no sense. I mean, no harm to historical figures. Hey, Poison, that's all right. We know it is in good spirit, and you tried your best. So, hey, let me pop into Discord and see. Hey, rock on, y'all. Thank you for dropping it in the writing share. Poison, if you want, you can post yours in there too. No pressure. But hey, we'd love to have it. And thank you for taking a shot with it. I'll start with Impage. Posted theirs in Discord. Impage, thank you for letting me read it. Thank you for participating. Here we go. The trust we had in the nation was shook today. A wide-reaching scandal within the entertainment industry was revealed. Lead singer of Juju Baby, a pop girl group, was found to be colluding with government officials, particularly named the head of the FBI, James Gilroy. Their goal was to generate melodic sequences that would control minds. Not in the extreme, at first, but more subtle suggestion. Their most recent impact was on the rural community, suggesting they buy into a certain commodity that would never actually take off. There you go, Ratchet. Hey, well done. I dig that, Ratchet. You managed to kind of hit all of the points there. You did better than I did, in my opinion. Rock on, dude. Yo, applause for Impage. Well done. Good work, my dude. I really like that. You hit all the points in there. The exercise was, you had to hit all of this, and you absolutely did it. You got a pop culture icon, the pop girl group Juju Baby, as it was said. You got an official politician, James Gilroy, head of the FBI in this setting, and you created what the scandal was. Hey, you rocked it. Rock on, Impage. You did better than me, my guy. All right, Gio, here's what you wrote for it. Gio, thank you for letting me share this. Hey, that's okay. You said, I don't know if I followed the exercise, but I wrote the thing. Hey, that's totally fine, man. We're doing our best, right? We're doing it live on stream. That's exciting. That's scary. Thank you for letting me share it. So here is what Gio wrote for that exercise. Poison, sure, I'll give it a look over real quick, just to make sure. Thank you for the heads up. Gio said, the small town folks were in collective shock as they read the papers. It was everywhere. How was it possible that an affair between their governor and the local celebrity would lead to music being outlawed? From the sounds of it, Mr. Governor sweet-talked his way into our beloved musician's heart and their pocket. Without a single thought, they went around the country and took everyone's music collections. What do they expect us to do in a rural town like this? Not listen to music? We thought we would never recover from this, but we will take it back. We will revolt until we get our music back. Very nice, Gio. Hey, I like it. Good practice, good exercise, well done. Well done, Gio. Again, I think another one that's better than mine. Not that we're comparing here, but I like that you stuck to the prompt. That's very impressive for a 5-minute sprint. Like, seriously, y'all, it's hard to create under pressure. It's hard to create in 5 minutes. Well done, Gio. Well done, Impage. Well done, Poison. Let me give it a quick look over, and then we'll read it. I think you're fine, Poison. I don't think there's anything too crazy here. I think it should be fine. Hopefully TikTok doesn't get mad, but I don't think there's that content seems fine. Well done. Well done, Poison, and thank you for letting me share it here. But y'all, here we go. This is Poison's submission for the highlighted prompt. The people had been waiting. The water in their town tapped dry. Their faucets nothing more than lifeless jewelry for their worn countertops. I love that. Y'all, Poison is really good at descriptions. That's so nice. Their faucets nothing more than lifeless jewelry for their worn countertops. Each day without droplets was a reminder of how life escaped their grasp. They did not ask for this, to be taken advantage of, their water stolen by a neighboring drill. But soon, in 4 hours, the president would be passing a new law. A law that protected a town's natural, elemental rights, even towns as small and as rural as Peachcott. At least, that was the hope of all 376 citizens. A hope that disappeared like light from a birthday cake. Another one. Love that. That's so good, Poison. Your descriptions are choice. I love it. I need like the chef kiss emote for the descriptions. They're so good. A hope that disappeared like light from a birthday cake. The president's pen neared the document, an action watched by over half the nation, an action disrupted by none other than Mark Twain. He tore the pen out of Hayes's hand, and the nation gasped in response. That pen, a symbol of their friendship, a friendship dashed by a drunken night shared with a woman covered in so many black feathers the two men mistook her for a swan. They did not mean to be hunters that night, but filled with the memories Twain broke, and in turn broke the presidential office. Papers flew everywhere, stomped on, ripped, smudged. The people of Peachcott never got their water rights. The bill nothing more than confetti at the feet of a fist fight. Poison, you have a talent for description. It is so good. Their bill nothing more than confetti at the feet of a fist fight. Seriously, that's insane, Poison. Right? Dude. I don't know how the audio comes through on the clapping, but y'all, you need to hear it. Seriously. Geo, Impage, Poison, thank you for sharing. Thank you for writing such... y'all did a great job with that. You really did. I feel like mine was a little bit too general, you know? I didn't delve deeply and greedily enough into it, to quote Lord of the Rings. Y'all went for it, and you did an excellent job. You're going to hire Poison to ghostwrite your book. Seriously, y'all, good work. That was fun. That was really fun. I loved this format. I think we should do it some more. What do y'all think? You have we maybe found another format we could do on Wednesdays, or sprinkle it in here whenever we want? I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I hope y'all did. I think this is beneficial too, because we get to practice writing, you know? You just get to practice getting better at different things. And hey, one day, y'all, we're gonna roll exercise 6. I know everybody's asking for it. I'm asking for it. Dice, please help me out here. Other name, you said this was super fun. You're gonna try and be ready to join in next time. Well, thank you. I hope you do. At Poison Apple, you said I think it's a perfect format for my motto, and it's very fun. Well, thank you. Y'all, I kind of agree. I had a great time with it, and I think we all got a little bit better at writing today, which is pretty cool. That's pretty sick to have happen on stream, you know. Geo, you liked it too. Hey, rock on, man. I'm glad to hear it. And y'all, thank you for being brave enough to share your writing, to let me read it on stream. You did an incredible job with it. Rafi, you said exercise 6. We know we want that one, but you want 10 as well. Dialogue dash. Oh my god, dude, that's going to be a challenge. I love this one, but I dread the day that I have to do dialogue dash on stream. Hey, we're going to get there though, right? We're going to get there. So yeah, let's do it. Y'all, I need to wrap up, so thank you for joining me today. We're definitely going to do this format again, I think. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope y'all did too. Whew, boy, that was a good one. I was loving this stream, so thank you for being here, everybody. As always, a special thank you to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Rafi the Engineer. Yo, shout for Rafi, who provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table. In fact, it was just playing as I read that. Perfect sync up. Love when that happens. Rafi, thank you for making that song for stream. Lastly, y'all, if you've enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow so we can hang out on the next one. We are here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time on TikTok and YouTube Live. I'd love for you to join me for the next one. Tomorrow we'll be doing... typically, I'd be writing my next book on stream. I don't know, though. This was so fun. Maybe we do this again tomorrow? Y'all let me know what you're interested in doing. As always, folks, if you want the party to continue once stream is over, here's our Discord. Copy and paste that into your browser. Join us on Discord. The fun continues there. If you want to read what everybody wrote today on stream, please, it's posted in there. I'll go ahead and post mine in too. I think it'll be outshined by the stuff that y'all created. But I'll put it in there. And then, like I said, after stream, I'm going to get a link to the exercise library so y'all can find it online and do it at your own leisure. Hey, it'll grow and change as we go. You know, it's a living document. So thank you for being here today, everybody. I had a great time. I really like this format. I think this was new, fresh, invigorating. So I look forward to doing it again. Y'all, I hope you have an excellent Wednesday. And I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for being here, folks. As always, a shout out to Rafi the Engineer, Poison Apple Tea, Geogrim, Impage Studios, other name wasn't available, Harpy Snow, Jaden Flagan, Owen, It's Lion, as well as Isabel Knight on YouTube for tuning in today and for being with us. Y'all, I've had a great time. I hope you did too. I'll catch you on the next one. Same time tomorrow, Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. I will see you there. Y'all, have a good one, and thanks for watching.